Hi everybody. So I just wanted to share some things about what's going on with Reason for Hope. We're right almost in the middle of our busy season. So already spoke at Wawasee High School, East Noble, and Westview, at least with the health teachers that let me come in. Thank you. Talking about mental health. Going to Turning Point in Ligonier and Lakeland next week with Mr. Fry. We've already done 2 showings of Screenagers. Last one is this coming Sunday, and had some great conversations last week with the kids, because there were some kids there, and talking about video games versus social media, guys and girls, and FYI, like all the kids. Every school I go to, they tell us that they know social media and technology can have a negative effect. But they're kids, so they don't necessarily have the skills to just turn off, block, etc. Hence, why we're doing Parent Talk and Technology next Sunday night. We did our first girl talk about relationships and boundaries. Went really well. Talked about not letting people cross that line. But gee, how ridiculously difficult that is. As adults, how difficult that is. Or looking back to my teenage years, how difficult that was, and how I didn't always succeed. And then we blame ourselves. Anyway, there's a lot going on with that. And then we have our school assemblies and community events coming up in October. Oh, we had a concert last night at Sylvan Sellers. OBB, Rhett Walker, 7th time down, incredible success. But let me tell you a couple things. One, I believe in the devil or Satan. I believe in spiritual warfare, and I believe the enemy is at work. I believe there's negative powers and influences and whatever out there trying to destroy our minds and our hearts, in our young people and in adults as well. I see it working all the time, and sometimes it's very like subliminal and in ways that you might not recognize, and just different things with like right now with Reason for Hope, things that we'd hoped for with our school assemblies that we had planned for, falling apart suddenly, last minute, funding not going as well, logistics of everything, getting everybody on the same page. I mean, there's just all these different factors involved, and sometimes it can be very stressful, like it is right now, and overwhelming, like it is right now. But here's the deal, is we can give up, and we can roll over, and we can say, I can't take it, I'm done, which I'm not going to lie and say I haven't done a few times in the last couple weeks. Or we can say, no, because there's human lives at risk. Like literally, we don't think of things like that, but yet every choice that we make can have a consequence. And when we're making these choices, especially if we're mentally, emotionally, spiritually in a low place, our brains cannot think rationally of consequences, let alone our young people. So when I go to a school and I see more kids admitting that they're having thoughts of self-harm and suicide, 10% more, 4 out of 10 students, at least having thoughts of suicide or self-harm. And let me tell you, they're not the kids you're thinking of. They're not necessarily living in a trailer someplace with drug-addicted parents. Nope. Kids like you and me, high-functioning kids, kids that have successful parents. Or when I hear of young people making bad choices. Yes, I know I made bad choices too. But I always think like, thank God I lived to tell about it, because that wasn't a guarantee with some of the bad choices I made. Thank God there wasn't like a devastating consequence. Pregnancy, arrest, killing someone, killing myself. Because sad to say, I know people that wasn't the case for. That they made a mistake, they made a bad choice, and they did have those consequences. So then we think like, I know so many of them, they don't have necessarily positive influences around them. They don't have a support system. And I know that's what got me through. I know that for a fact, that it was my family, my neighbors, people that just anonymously prayed for me, my basketball coaches, my teammates that turned me in. I mean, do you know how hard that is? I was captain of the basketball team. You know, I was National Honor Society. I remember my senior year, I was someplace and I had just gotten December Student of the Month, and yet this stoner was looking at me like, what are you doing here? Thank God I had people that had the guts to turn me in, and that's not easy for young people. Very, very not easy. So I can't give up. We can't give up. We can say, yeah, they're just smoking pot in 8th grade. It's not that big of a deal. Really? Because I know people that started out that way. One that died. One that was maybe some that were addicted. Some that ended up in jail and prison. Yeah, we don't think like... My point is that we can't just stand by and do nothing. And I'm crazy enough that I just want to intervene. I want to prevent. I want to come up with ideas and programs and events that can be impactful somehow, that can build relationship, that can let that young person know, or even that adult know, hey, you're noticed. You are somebody. God created you in a unique way, and you're beautiful, and you have gifts, and we see those, and you are worth it. So don't give up. Adults, parents, young people. I remember one of the things that made the biggest impact in my life. It was my junior year, and I was a hot mess. I don't know when in my junior year, because it was 30 years ago. But I remember we had lost another basketball game, and I always blamed myself. I mean, I was captain of the team. I was supposed to be the best, and we kept losing. And I went into my advanced math class, and this might have been after my friends intervened. Anyway, and Mr. Baxel stopped me, and, well, just maybe he didn't even stop me, but I walked in the class, and he just said, "Hi, Jamel, how are you? How are you?" And I said, "I'm fine. We got beat last night in basketball." Probably said it something like that. And he kind of stopped me for a second. And he said, "Jamel, I don't care how your basketball team did. I don't care how you did in basketball. How are you? How am I, like, as a human being?" And I don't know what I said, but I know that I thought, someone really cares about me. Someone really cares. Someone noticed that I'm struggling today and said something. So here I am 30 years later, trying to be that person that Mr. Baxel was to me. Sorry. Reason for Hope's got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm not going to lie. We need funding for it. I mean, I've paid some of the bills, but half the bills are still due. $1,000 type bills. We need funding for it. We need volunteers. We need people praying. We need people caring. If you want to get involved or hear more about it, you can contact me, obviously. You can go to the website, thereason4hope.com, thereason4hope.com. But that's where we're at today. So for the next 30 days, our last community event is October 17th. And then I'm hoping to not just crash, although I feel myself crashing this week. It'll be a very busy month for us. So praying for lots of impact and the beginning of maybe transformation for some people. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for not judging me that I look kind of like a bum today. Thank you. And if you don't know that you matter in this world, I'm here to tell you that you do. If you don't think that you're worthy of anything, you've made too many mistakes, let me tell you, Jesus looks right over that and he says, no, you are worthy. You are so worthy that I died for you. Like, I love you that much. That's what he's saying. If you're struggling with depression, anxiety, if you're stressed out, you are not alone. You're not alone. I don't care if you're a parent, you're an adult, you're a successful adult, if you're a student, you're not alone. Okay? We see you, I see you. And if you ever need anything, seriously, reach out and we're here for you and we'll help you if we can. God bless everybody.